Murphy, Brock's grandfather. Oh, like this. Okay. It's really an honor. Brock and Ashley spent an evening with us down in Ocala, Florida, 3 weeks ago, something like that. And I was really honored when they said, hey, would I say something here at the rehearsal dinner? And I thought about it, 2 seconds, and I said, yes, yeah. I am at a disadvantage, though. I had several jokes. I used those at Dustin and Kara's rehearsal dinner. And some of you all were there. So, what do you think, Dustin?
Go ahead and reuse it. There's a large number of the crowd.
Well, and you probably have heard one or two of those outside of Dustin and Kara's rehearsal dinner. But it was, took me a while to learn this, but something that really has worked for my wife Peggy and me over these last few years is we have we go out, have a nice candlelit dinner, music, soft music, nice evening, just wonderful. She goes on Tuesday, I go on Thursday. So, hey, what's that? Okay. I was going to try to do this without any notes, and I'm getting old, you know, it's tough. But, and that's another story. I don't know, I don't know if this is good news or bad news. I've been carrying this folder, and different folks have asked me, what's in there? I said, some notes. Well, when we checked in today here at the hotel, well, this isn't the hotel, it's somewhere else, but at the hotel, we got unloaded, and so I moved the car down to the parking garage. Well, I'm about to enter and have the gate come up, and a gentleman behind me tooted the horn. He said, sir, there's some papers on top of your car. And he said, there's some laying back there in the street. But I'm sorry, I retrieved all of them. So. But when I went back, the only paper that fell out of this folder, pretty weird I thought, were the registration confirmation for the hotel when I checked in. But the other notes were in here. But since the notes were safe, I decided to go ahead with the talk. You know, okay, I really believe in teamwork. The only way I can get through this is help from all of you. I mean, it's just one of those things. And so I'm going to call it game time adjustments. You know, how many times are we playing ball? You know, you've got your defense set up in football, right? And the other team switches from a single wing to a split tee. You all don't even know what those offenses are nowadays, do you? You do? Hey, my grandson, he's a quarterback. Well, the other one is too. But anyway, so I'm asking for game time adjustments. If I say something wrong, a wrong date, and you know it's wrong, tell me. Let's holler out. Raise your hand. There was this esteemed engineering professor, and he would travel maybe every 2 or 3 months and deliver a lecture at a university somewhere in the United States. And he always had the same chauffeur drive him to the university. This had been going on for 20 years. So they were going to, on their way to, well, my wife's school, University of Florida, Gators, you know. And sorry, babe. On the way there, the professor had an idea. I'm pretty tired this evening. He said, hey, James, tonight I want you to give a lecture. They won't know the difference. You've heard my lecture hundreds of times. You can do it. He said, I'll sit in the back with your cap on in the back of the audience. The lecture will go fine, but there may be a problem with the question and answer. So James, the chauffeur, gave the lecture. And what a lecture it was, right to the letter, and the one he had heard for years. And then they had question and answers. And this wonderful University of Florida student stood up, said, "Sir, I have a question." He said, if you have two steel beams, 320 feet long, with a moment of inertia of 36 inches to the fourth, a section modulus of 325, the steel is tempered, cold hardened, what would be the deflection at mid-span of two semis fully loaded setting on mid-span? The chauffeur said, "My goodness, you should be ashamed to ask a question like that from this esteemed university." He said, "I'll tell you, it's so simple, I'm going to have my chauffeur answer it." So, along those lines, I've set up, we have some questions. And I have asked BJ, I'm sorry, oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, we have a question raising his hand. It's Jeff. Jeff, would you go ahead, please?
I have a sports question for you.
Okay.
I want to know who batted over 320, who led the SEC, and the nation has sacrificed bunts, is now an assistant coach at the Georgia State.
Jeff, I'm surprised at you, really. I've got my chauffeur back here. Would you go ahead and take care of that?
That would be Brock Bennett.
Are there any other questions this evening? Oh, it's BJ. You've got a question?
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay.
So, I was wondering, I hear there is someone that's here that works at the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, and also has been on local TV recently.
Oh, my goodness. I'm surprised, BJ, about that. But, again, a chauffeur.
You apparently are also from the University of Florida.
The answer to that,
What is that?
one other thing of interest, we thought it was quite a coincidence. Peggy, wife Peggy, we stopped by today to the Yellow Daisy Festival. Weren't many people there, so we walked a leisurely walk through all the crowd. No, but seriously, she got a Coca-Cola in a bottle. And Peggy, would you mind please bringing that up? This is really something. Come on, Peggy. And look this. And look what she got. Seriously, show her. Yeah, it said Ashley. I had a Diet Coke, so mine didn't say anything. But
anyway, I poured out most of it, drank some of it, poured out the rest.
Poured out most of it?
She was sorry that she emptied the Coca-Cola, drank the Coca-Cola.
Well, I also thought, okay, I'm not going to even open it. I'm not going to even open this. I'll just give it to Ashley. And I thought, she won't drink a Coke.
Thank you, Peggy.
So I got part of it, too.
Hey, okay, thanks. Let's see, about 30 more minutes, I'll be done.
Did you say something about dessert?
What did he say? So we're heading to the exit. Dessert. Oh, okay, we're getting close.
We're getting,
Hold that for me.
I'm about out of tape.
Now, I wanted to reminisce a little bit about how these two met. Do you know the story? I'm sure a lot of you know. They were students together at Greater Atlanta Christian. As a matter of fact, when Ashley was a 9th grade cheerleader, she cheered for Dustin when he was playing football. Really, at Greater Atlanta Christian. That's pretty good. And then Brock and Ashley were in 11th grade physics together. You know, that's quite an application of Newton's laws, really. You all know what Newton's laws, remember?
I don't.
Huh?
You don't want to know.
You know, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction and all that stuff. What goes, that's right, what goes up must come down. Okay. Well, anyway, and then the big event, from what I understand, was the first date, September 10th, 2005, you went to a movie. What, do you remember the name of the movie? Uh-oh, that's all right. If you remember, let me know. And then, I don't remember.
Ain't nobody watching the movie that night.
If I see a movie this afternoon, I won't remember it tomorrow, so don't worry about that. Now,
They weren't there for the movie.
and then they went on to college. Now, Ashley, I think you were at Auburn a couple
Made a
years.
mistake.
What'd you say, Dylan?
I said she made a mistake.
Oh, well, I noticed when you came over to Alabama, the teammates wanted to know who that Auburn girl was, right?
I didn't even know she went to Auburn.
Oh. But then Ashley transferred to Alabama, and she has a degree in food and nutrition and health, right? Don't tell me. Health promotion. Whew, but she has a master's. That's pretty good. And we already know that you work for Children's Health Care of Atlanta. I mean, that's really, actually, that's good. That means you really care about people and youngsters. That's an important thing, and we appreciate that. And then Brock, well, he was studying some. and he got a degree in business management, which was great. Hey. Keith, you remember the time I came to Atlanta and you and I traveled to Tuscaloosa? We spent the night with Brock and Ashley, or in Ashley's apartment. The sofa wasn't too bad, but you know, it was a nice evening. But I discovered there was a Krispy Kreme donut shop within walking distance. Now, I know Brock and Ashley went there occasionally, not. But I walked to Krispy Kreme, brought back a dozen. Keith, you and I had to eat the whole dozen. We couldn't get them to eat one donut. But Brock, I couldn't get my suitcase on the floor in the house, and Brock had the basketball. Let's play, Papa, basketball. Truman, you know what that's like. Huh? Yeah, we were out there. I let him win once in a while. Right? Brock's movie, his movie, is 10 times better than Rudy ever was. Believe me, it is. It's an amazing story. It is. And there's one thing, though, that tops it by far, is when you asked Ashley to marry you, she said yes. With that, it's been a pleasure. I'm glad you put up with me this evening. Thanks for asking me. I'm going to sign off, and I know some of the rest of you want to say a few words. Okay. Cheers.